Hello, 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 Danny.
Hello.
Ooh, hold on. Can you give me that one more time?
Hello.
God damn, you sounding good. Jesus. New mic?
Oh no, it's still the same mic.
Oh, what the? I was like, man, why does it sound so good right now? Good God. Jesus. I don't know, did you just put like 6 inches closer to your face? Like, dear God.
Oh no, I'm actually like looking directly at it.
Oh, okay. So, there wasn't a whole lot going on for me this week. There's some. Well, we'll take care of like little formalities first. Uh, Nia has finally decided that she's gonna start peeing outside, so that was nice. For those of you wondering, yes, that's my dog. I hope I don't need to clarify that in the future. Um, so she's starting to go outside, and man, I was trying to go through the news, Danny, and there's only like a handful of things I paid attention to that I thought were interesting. It was mostly just like a bunch of updates and one specific thing that I saw when I went to GameStop. That I think actually you would probably be interested in it because I don't know if you were a big fan of it. But before we get into all that, how was your week?
It's been pretty good so far.
Anything crazy? Anything new? Because I saw you were hell diving.
Oh yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of Helldivers just because it's good. I'm up to level 23, something like that.
God, I wish I could play Helldivers. My computer can't handle it, and I want a PS5, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Um, I've heard the new mechs come out.
Oh yeah, the mech is fun.
I've
It's
I've heard the update has been very good, other than like the bugs, but the developers are really hardcore working on that.
oh yeah, and they keep adding stuff periodically. It's pretty good.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they actually kind of stealth released a new enemy type that's rare.
Oh yeah, the flying bugs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that shit on Twitter. I
because
saw
like
that shit and I immediately heard the oh god, what is the movie line? It's the what the hell is that? I saw
exactly.
yeah, someone made that meme like they dropped in, they were like fast forwarding through the mission and I just see this video on Twitter of them just running up and all of a sudden they just see like three of them there and they popped up that meme and I'm like that's too fucking good. That's so fucking good. Um, so, but I guess we can go into it. The first thing that I actually wanted to bring up is uh, two big updates coming to games. The first one is a game that's been around for actually quite a bit now, um, which is Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is actually getting a huge update, and they're getting ready to do their PlayStation 5 release, which is pretty big.
Yep.
I know people are huge fan of Sea of Thieves. I know that I've watched plenty of videos of Sea of Thieves gameplay. I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but I very much enjoy watching it. Sea of Thieves is to me is kind of like Rust. I can't, I don't want to play it, but I really enjoy watching it.
It, it's interesting. It's fun. I like doing some of the random like side things you can do, like fishing and whatnot in it.
Oh yeah, there's like a bunch of just like dumb shit that you can do to just pass time. It's also a game though where you don't have to put in hours and hours and hours. You can just do like put like 30 minutes in here, do like one quest, and then be done for the day.
Yep. And since the last major update that they added a mode that is purely PvE.
Which is cool because I know a lot of people were not a fan of PvP. Which here's my issue with it is I think that instead of doing a mode, you can just turn PvP flags off. So, like, you can just actively turn yourself to PvP off, but you can only do that before you get into combat. So that way, like, for example, if you're just a PvE player, you can just always have that off, and you'll never have to worry about it, and you just don't take damage from other players. But I get it. I kind of understand. It's kind of like PvE servers for fucking World of Warcraft. Like, you don't want to deal with the PvP. Fuck it, just go play PvE. Like, that's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's definitely a good thing to do because I know a lot of people don't like. I don't know what it is. Sea of Thieves has a really big really big lower generation player base. Like, they have a lot of young kids playing it.
Yeah, which makes sense for kind of like how it's rated.
Yeah.
And set up. It's definitely more. It's more along the lines of a family-friendly pirate experience.
Oh yeah, and it's so comic. Like, it's so comic-like.
Yeah.
Which, again, I'm fine with. Like, it's cool. It's a game, I don't think I'd ever buy it, but it's a great game to fucking watch and just sit back. The other game that I saw, it's not, they're teasing a new update, which is Pal World. Pal World is yet again getting another update, and they're fixing a bunch of bugs. They're fixing a bunch of shit that should not be happening, like building sky bases, like it's fucking Fortnite. I saw that shit. People are literally building Hal's Moving Castle in fucking Pal World, and I'm like, my brother in Christ, what is this? Fucking Rust? Like, Jesus! What the fuck? This is dumb. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. So yeah, those are the two big updates that I've seen. What was the first thing that you wanted to talk about? Because I only got one more after this.
The major thing that I had that was dropped this week was we got a date for not one, but 3 live streams to cover Into the Light.
Ooh, would you mind telling me what dates those are?
So the first one is the 19th.
Of March?
Yep.
Oh, that's
so
coming out
upcoming
only
Tuesday.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching this the day that this comes out, it's only going to be in a couple of days. If you're watching this afterwards, you're shit out of luck.
And the actual content drop is the 9th of next month.
Wow, that is fucking quick.
Yeah, we're getting Into the Light soon, and the key word for it will be free to all players. And over each week, they will be revisiting previous locations in the story.
Okay, I'm kind of interested about this a little bit. Because Into the Light is supposed to be, well, here's one of the issues is Into the Light is supposed to be the last season before the final shape. The problem is that the final shape has been severely delayed because of the Bungie layoffs.
There's a lot of things that have
factored
into the delay.
Yeah, and so I'm wondering how long the season's going to last, because you and I have been playing for quite some time for D2, and we've had several seasons that have gone on an extra month to a month and a half. I mean, a great example is Beyond Light. Beyond Light had an additional 2 months of just no content before Beyond Light dropped. Because that was what, Season of Arrivals? Which, in all fairness, though, was a certified banger of a season. Absolute bangers. Brought some of the best weapons, and my personal favorite weapon, well, actually, 2 of my personal favorite weapons, Dire Promise and Gnawing Hunger. But there was 2 months of just no content.
Right now, they're actually doing a fairly decent job of giving us, like, a little bit here and there. Like, this past update, when Guardian Games launched, they added a fairly decent amount of new weapons to the different activities. I'm actually interested in some of them.
I remember you telling me about that, I think, last week, that they were bringing some new stuff out. The big concern that I have is because there was speculation that Final Shape wasn't going to be dropped until 2025 almost. Like, it would be pushed that far back. And I'm like, are you guys going to be able to make content for half a year before the new expansion? That's incredibly rough, because here's my issue. You can fit 2 to 3 seasons in that time, which On one hand, I want content to be there for players. On the other hand, though, I don't want a shitty job of a season done. So I think maybe they should just, like, every month they just pick something new to just throw out and be like, all right, we're going to make a new PvP map for this month. All right, we're going to make a better Nightfall strike for this month. Maybe they'll introduce a brand new fucking event. Who knows? Maybe they'll give us fucking Sparrow riding back. Or the Sparrow race. Who fucking knows? Like,
it would be great.
Like, that is actually a great example. This is the time to do Sparrow racing. Like, make Sparrow racing and then release a new track every month. Just have it in the game. Allow it to be in a different map every month. Fuck it. Like, that free content right there. That's so free. That's so free. Congratulations, Bungie. I've handed you the freest content you could have made. Like, just bring back Sparrow Racing. Why did they ever get rid of it? Is my question.
It was just one of those things that they never, like, brought into D2 because, like, the actual, like, design work, because they did talk about it a little bit. The actual design work to make the tracks is a little more involved than making, like, a PvP map.
I mean, I guess. I mean, the other thing is that, like, you could also just... I mean, they already have a version of Sparrow Racing that they could just do. Like, do you remember the Sparrow bit from Grasp of Avarice?
I think they are actually testing it with the with stuff like that, and also with the newest Crucible mode where they have Sparrows enabled.
Oh, how big is that map?
It's just the regular Crucible. It's a small selection of, like, the bigger Crucible maps, including like the newest one.
I'm trying to... Well, I haven't seen the new Crucible map. Oh, they still left in the new... Not Neptune. No, yeah, the Neptune map. The new one. Where Sparrows could still be randomly summoned and you played bumper cars, right?
Yeah.
That's still a thing, isn't it?
They made that its own mode. They brought in more maps that you could just do that on. It's an actual mode now.
Okay, you know what? As much as I have faulted Bungie for a lot of things, that's a W in my book.
And I've done some testing on the Crucible changes, and it's actually kind of fun. The meta now is double primary. I kid you not. Double primary is the way to go right now.
Let's fucking go. I'm so fucking happy. Oh my fucking god. That's all I ever used. I never used special weapons. I never used special weapons in PvP. I hated it. I hated using special weapons. Like, do you remember what my original PvP loadout was, Danny? Like, once I really got back into the game and actually got, like, a bunch of the exotics and shit. Do you know what my loadout was?
I remember the Gnawing Hunger.
It was Dire Promise, Gnawing Hunger, Xenophage. Yep. That was my loadout as a Void Warlock.
Right now, most of what I saw, at least like this past weekend, because I was playing Trials to use the new passage. But right now, primarily what I've been seeing, at least on the map that was in rotation, was Altar Flame.
Okay.
So I saw a lot of, like, pulses and scouts, and then in the energy slot, it was always an SMG.
That's interesting. Well, yeah, because SMGs have kind of been, like, slowly creeping up with other things getting changed, right?
Yeah, they actually recently nerfed SMGs a little bit by making target lock activate deeper into the magazine.
That makes sense. Target lock was very strong.
Shraya's Wrath, the Void Trials SMG was fucking dominating. That and Immortal.
Yeah.
So they hit target lock on SMG specifically, which is cool. They're doing it by individual weapon types now.
Yeah. Oh, have you tried out the new perks on the title SMG? Is it good again? Or is it good?
Yes.
It is? Okay, that's good.
Repulsor Brace Destabilizing Rounds is a disgusting combo on anything. It's gross.
I'm glad to hear, because I'm going to be honest, the title was ass. It was so fucking bad. It is probably like, well, before the changes, it was probably one of the worst SMGs I think in the game, hands down.
And I'm waiting for the Nightfall weapon drop to be the new Stasis Sword, because it can get Eager Edge and Cold Steel.
That is nice to hear.
It's only the second sword in the game where you can get Cold Steel.
That is wild to me.
It's like, people have been wanting it on a glaive. People want a Stasis Glaive real bad that's not a heavy weapon.
I know, and the problem is that it would probably be a little too strong on release, unless they like just downright nerfed it to oblivion before they pull it out.
It would probably be a little strong, but I do kind of understand. Like, now would be the best time, if any, to throw something in like that.
Yeah, make more content.
And other little bits of info that have been swirling around, potential rumors of stuff coming in into the light. They have scheduled in the API to sell the Recluse and Hammerhead ornaments.
Oh, we haven't seen shit for Hammerhead in forever.
So, potentially, Hammerhead and Recluse could be coming back into the weapon pool with new origin traits.
I'm very
and
excited.
perks.
OG Hammerhead is so good.
It's such a good sounding MG,
Yeah,
and it just looks cool.
yeah. So you know what? Okay, Bungie, I'll give you some W's here. These are some solid W's you've been doing despite all the layoffs.
Yep. And another potential thing is possibly the Whisper mission.
Oh no. I still have to go fucking get that. I never did it. Because
Well,
I came in on the back half of Season of Arrivals.
Yep. So there is the thing swirling around. What if it joins the pool of the other rotating exotic missions?
That would be good.
Whisper's craftable.
Oh no, no, no. And I say this only for one reason, Danny. Is because when Whisper dropped, it was one of the best boss DPS weapons in the game.
So
if you can craft perks on that bitch, it's game over for bosses.
If it keeps like its whispered breathing perk and its white nail, and you can throw something on there like precision instrument, God, that thing would be so good.
Yeah, that's a little terrifying, to be perfectly honest. So, all right. Well, I mean, it'll be nice to have Whisper though back, the Whisper mission back, because I know a lot of people that didn't play during Season of Arrivals and they came in during Beyond Light.
Yeah, there's a lot that we're still like missing, because we've only got a few of the missions back with the Rotator, and their craftable versions are okay. They actually kind of nerfed the craftable Deadmans.
Which, in all fairness, is probably, I hate to say it as a Deadman's enjoyer, it's probably the correct play just because Deadman's is a very strong weapon.
It's like, it always rides that fine line between being, like, good and being a little oppressively strong.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember when it first came out? It dominated. I mean, dominated fucking PvP and trials.
Yep, because it's literally like, it's the last word with more range and a damage perk.
Oh, and a faster reload.
Yep.
Yeah, like
getting hip fire mapped by a scout rifle is not a fun experience.
Yeah. So, alright, I'm going to move on to the next topic, and I think you'll be interested in this. And I saw this, so I went to GameStop, and I'm going to do a short little side story here. So I found something out the other day, Danny, when I went to GameStop, because I had a $50 GameStop gift card that I've had for like a year now. Turns out you can't buy gift cards at GameStop with a gift card.
Yeah, I've been seeing that like happen.
Well,
more and more places.
Well, and here's the fucked up part. I tried to put the gift card online so that way I could be like, all right, I just have the money on my GameStop account online, logged in, And they were like, no, you just can't input your gift card. So I can't even have the credit online. I have to go into a store to use the $50 credit. But I can't. I tried to buy like $5, $10 League of Legends gift cards. Couldn't do it. So I'm like, I can't put the money online. I can't buy fucking gift cards. What the fuck am I supposed to do? So at this point, I'm just hopefully saving it until I can until I can buy a PS5. That's basically it. Because the gift card's fucking useless to me. It just is. It is. But I saw something on the TV. The reason why I'm going into this is when I went into the GameStop to go buy these, I saw something on the TV, and I brought it up here on my little side screen because I want to know your opinion about it. The new Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, I've heard I haven't actually heard a whole lot on that.
So here is my issue with it. The trailer for it does not look good. The trailer for it looks really bad for several reasons. Excuse me. So, for those of you wondering, I will not be pulling up the trailer here. So, I do recommend that you go watch it at some point. But I have several issues. So, the good news is that they're going to be adding new story DLC, new game modes, new trials, and more stuff released during the year. The problem that I have is that, number one, it looks like shit. The game itself looks like it should have been released on the PlayStation 2. Like, it's really bad graphics. The main character does not look anything like the old character. Now, granted, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a different character, but they did not make that very clear in the trailer as far as I know of. The big thing is that, like, it looked super clunky and it just did not look good at all. Like, in today's day and age, graphics wise, it reminded me a lot of Jack and Dexter.
Yeah.
Like, it did, like, and I mean, like, not new Jack and Dexter, because new Jack and Dexter looks decent. It looks like old Jack and Dexter. Like, it still has square jawlines.
That's like one of the things.
It was so bad.
When I first saw the announcement for this Prince of Persia game, I was like, I saw what they were going for with the gameplay because they were trying to make it more like the original games, which are, they're side scrollers. Brutal as fuck side scrollers.
But side scrollers nonetheless.
Yeah. But doing it with the style that they did, it just, I don't know, it was a little off. Like, I'm all for stylistic games. I love funky looking games.
But this was not it, Chief.
Prince of Persia kind of has a unique style.
Well, yeah, because it's, dare I say it, this sounds very odd. OG Prince of Persia is a 3D side-scroller.
Yeah.
Is the best way that I can describe it. It's really odd. It's super fucking dumb. Like, I shouldn't utter these words, but it really is like the definition of if a 3D side-scroller existed, Prince of Persia is that.
It was done in the same way that the old Mortal Kombat games were done. All the animations were like FMVs. It's just short little recordings of someone in costume doing the animations. It's basically what it was. Like, the original 2 games. That's what they are.
Yeah.
And the original remake is more like a 3D platformer. Just full on a 3D platformer. And they're okay. They're okay. I can't really say anything like super spectacular about the series because I have limited experience with it, but
I mean,
they're not bad.
I had a lot of buddies that played Prince of Persia and they loved it. But the new one, like the trailer, because they didn't say still a work in progress, it was like your typical gameplay trailer, and I'm like, wow, for 2024, this looks like ass. It did not look appealing, and that is depressing.
anything that comes out of Ubisoft is always kind of like it's hit or miss.
See, I thought you were going to say anything that comes out of Ubisoft is just always depressing.
I mean, they had some really good games for a while. They had some really good games.
They were on a hot streak and then immediately fell off a cliff.
Assassin's Creed Revelations is probably like the end of like their initial peak.
When was Revelations?
Let me double check because I want to.
Okay, because
sure.
I'm trying to remember, because Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't terrible. It was decent. And Black Flag, I know
yeah.
Black Flag is a personal favorite among fans.
Yeah, no, Black Flag, the Assassin's Creed game that everyone loves because it wasn't focused on an assassin.
Yeah, well, technically 3 wasn't technically an assassin. It was guerrilla tactics, which still kind of assassin.
I just wish they gave Connor more like
love,
personality. I was gonna say personality.
Yeah, he's kind of blander than Tofu.
He is literally a rock. I respect it, but I would have liked to see more of his actual character instead of just.
Yeah, my bad. And I should take this back. Tofu actually is designed to be flavorless, so that way it enhances food that it's cooked with. Connor's character is more of an unsalted cracker.
Yeah, they really didn't put a whole lot of effort into trying to work on his character. They just kinda, But Revelations, 2011.
When was Black Flag? Black Flag was while I was in high school. High school or college, I think. I think it was, 2014?
Black Flag came out in 2013.
Okay, so I was close. Yeah, I was still in high school. So yeah. I would argue that Black Flag was probably the last really good game that they made. Because Black Flag is a stellar game. Absolutely baller. Like, it's just a good... It is, I think, the best, and this may sound heretical, I think it's actually the best Assassin's Creed game in the series.
There is one more that came out about the same time that is also pretty good.
Okay.
Rogue. Assassin's Creed Rogue is actually a really good game.
I'm going to be completely honest, I forgot Rogue existed.
It's because it only came out... Initially, it only came out on the previous consoles. Like, it only came out on the 360 PS3.
And in all fairness, I do respect Ubisoft for doing that, because I preach about releasing games on consoles that are not completely outdated. Like, all developers are moving away from the Xbox One and the PS4, and they're moving straight into the Xbox X and the PS5. Like, Helldivers, you should definitely be able to run it on PlayStation 4. Like, the system is definitely powerful enough. Like, you can run it on this console. There is no reason not to include a version for it, because, especially in this economy, people cannot buy a PlayStation 5. Like, consoles are expensive as balls, dude. They're so fucking expensive.
Rogue is it's one of those games. It's unique that it came out only for those previous consoles for a while until people were like, hey, please remaster this. And they did, actually. So it is playable on the newer consoles now. And it's a pretty good game, which takes place a little bit after Black Flag, but still before 3. And you essentially actually play as a traitor to the Brotherhood.
That explains the Rogue. Alright, well, I didn't know Rogue existed, so I don't really have much to talk about, to be perfectly honest. I completely forgot the game actually came out.
And to me, the last, true Assassin's Creed game that they ever made was Syndicate, because it was the last one that actually played like an Assassin's Creed game. Everything else isn't.
Yeah. No, absolutely, yeah. And I think the one that really started that off was where they completely changed how Assassin's Creed played was Assassin's Creed 3 with the American Revolutionary.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Like,
they changed that and it was okay. It wasn't bad, but I will definitely admit it was very clunky.
yeah. Syndicate, I actually enjoyed. I genuinely actually enjoyed Syndicate.
I think a lot of people really enjoyed the older Assassin's Creed games. Because let's
Like,
go through the series, right? Because well, let's start at 3 because we know all the OGs are solid. What was after? What was
Altair
out?
and Ezio, pretty solid.
Yeah. So there was Assassin's Creed 3, which was kind of mid. What was right after that?
Right after that was Black Flag,
Which was a certified banger. We can both agree on
and
that.
and then a few months later, Rogue came out.
Which I didn't know existed. But if you're saying it's a banger, I'm gonna assume that it's a banger.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What was after Rogue?
Let me see, because I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna pull up the fucking.
There we go. There they are in order. Oh, I forgot about fucking Bloodlines.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the Bloodline. Well, I don't think Bloodline was that bad.
Now, let me see.
Yeah, because there's. Let me see. Brotherhood, the Da Vinci Disappearance, Revelations,
Liberation. I forgot about Liberation.
Yeah, let's see. Revelation, Assassin's Creed Revelation with like all of its fucking. Jesus Christ, why are there so many fucking expansions for this?
Multiplayer.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed 3, and then because that was Assassin's Creed 3, Benedict Arnold. Then there was
Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which Liberation only came out on the PSP.
yeah. Well, and then there's also another Assassin's Creed, which was Assassin's Creed Pirates.
Which was...
Literally just turned into Black Flag, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was good. Yeah, and then there was Liberation / Freedom Cry. Then there was Connor Saga, Creed Memories, Assassin's Creed Identity, the Americas Collection. Oh, and here's the big one. There was Unity. I know that one was
Unity, it's a better game than it plays. Like, the story is not terrible. It's just that it needed a lot more work before it came out.
Yeah,
It was so buggy.
yeah, there's this Rogue, and then there was Chronicles China, Syndicate,
UD. Syndicate,
Syndicate,
I still
and the
have it.
Rooks Edition Syndicate.
yeah.
Then there was God. Why was there so much shit released for Syndicate? Holy fuck!
Yeah, Syndicate
God.
has DLC, but it also, like, Syndicate's, like, big hitter was the Jack the Ripper DLC.
Yeah.
But,
Uh,
again, it's the very last Assassin's Creed game that's still...
Oh, I know the one that I
DLC.
hated. Fucking so there was Assassin's Creed Origins, and then there was the abomination that was Odyssey.
Those two games, like, Origins, they fucked up the story in that one.
Origins, they
messed
fucked up the story.
Yeah. And
Odyssey was a completely new combat, which, in my opinion, does not fit the Assassin's Creed series. And then
No.
Valhalla. Now Valhalla, the one thing I will say about Valhalla is supposedly, from what I have heard, is that players actually liked the story,
Yeah. Like,
but
I've
the
heard the game
controls
is...
still sucked, and it feels so unlike every other Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. It's literally, they've just slapped Assassin's Creed on it. It should be its own thing.
Yeah,
Honestly. Like, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla all should just be different games.
yeah, it shouldn't be Assassin's Creed. It should be, or could be Assassin's Creed Presents. Some shit like that. Because, yeah, no, the Odyssey was a fucking joke, and then Valhalla it's literally not even an Assassin's Creed game. It isn't. It just straight up isn't. The combat, you're actually supposed to have more combat.
Yep.
Like, the fuck? Yeah, no, Assassins, so yeah, I would say, because Syndicate was Syndicate good, right?
I like Syndicate. I thought it was a pretty good Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
They also give us a grappling hook, so climbing things was significantly less annoying.
Well, I was gonna say, wait, no, they had grappling hooks in 3.
Yeah, they sort of had a very clean system in Syndicate.
Okay.
You had like a pulley system that would pull you up
Yeah,
very quickly.
because this is a hot take. I actually played more multiplayer in AC3 than I did at the actual like story.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind of dumb.
very fair. Like,
The PvP was actually really good.
oh yeah, no, like Assassin's Creed PvP was fun. It was very fun. 3 story, it's just the fact that
It's
more
not good.
people, the fact that like more people were interested in Hatham than Connor. That's
Yeah.
kind of rough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was so excited for 3 because it starred a Native American, and I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. Because when was the last time a game starred a fucking Native American?
Yeah,
Like, ever?
honestly,
Like, really? When was the last time we saw a Native American actually be the main character in like, a mainstream video game? Like, because right now, I cannot think one off the top of my head. And no, I'm not counting, like, multiplayer, like, MOBA. I'm not counting, like, MOBA games or multiplayer, like,
like an actual just
yeah, just a,
story-based game.
yeah. Like, there really isn't one. And, like, it was cool, the novelty was okay, but it wasn't great. Which made me really sad. Like, the PvP was phenomenal. Like, AC3's PvP, really good. Some things were a little unbalanced, but that's PvP for you. Like, Modern Warfare 2 had a banging PvP. Didn't mean one-man army noob tubes weren't fucking balanced.
So, I wanted to do like a little looking to see when like the last one was,
Oh, Native American being the main character?
and one of the bigger titles was the original Prey.
Wait, are you fucking kidding me?
The one that came out in 2006. The main protagonist in that Prey
Wait, in 2006?
Yep.
Oh my fucking god. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot this fucking existed. Oh my god, this is 2K!
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, and then they introduced Prey 2017, which I heard Prey 2017 was actually very good, but it's
Oh yeah. No.
it's
the
it's a white
remake?
yeah, but it stars a white dude. It's a white dude this time. I'm trying to think other video games with
It
This is-
definitely
this is depressing. Like, yeah, so I'm taking a look at this, right? And I just want you to just listen to this fucking list. So, games with Native Americans, okay? It pulls up a total of 12 games. When Rivers Were Trails, Thunder, Nightwolf, Civilization 6, which definitely should not fucking count. It's a Civ game. There's multiple characters. It's not the main character. The game that's just called Gun. Connor from Assassin's Creed. Never Alone, Turok, OG Prey, which is the 2006, Red Dead Redemption, which is an absolute fucking slap in the face. That's a white dude. Stop. That does not star a Native American. It's the main character is white.
There is a prominent character.
Yes, but but it stars. I'm talking like main character, like the dude you play. Red Dead is a white guy.
Yeah, it is.
And then, you want to know the funniest one? What was the game that you remember playing in middle school on the library computer the most?
Oh, my brain is blank.
Don't do this to me, Danny. Don't fucking make me feel old as shit. What the fuck?
I feel old because I can't remember.
Oh my god! You didn't play this on, like, your library computer?
I might not have.
Oh my god, Danny. It's Oregon Trail.
Oh, fucking Oregon Trail. I played that on my phone.
Yes, Oregon Trail. Which, like, technically, no, it stars white people. It doesn't really star Native Americans. It stars white people. It stars settlers. It's literally the definition of manifest destiny. That's the whole point of Oregon Trail. It is manifest destiny. So, why does it say it stars Native Americans? It stars white people conquering other people's lands. That's so fucked up, man. That's so fucked up.
I do know one game that has good representation, though.
Okay, hit me with it.
Hunt Showdown.
Ooh, okay. That one I will absolutely give you. It's got really good representation. Well, and I mean, in that same regard, I would also say Red Dead Redemption also has really good representation, too. Because I have a love-hate relationship for Red Dead. Because Red Dead 1 and 2 are both phenomenal games, great storylines, fucking tons of hours of gameplay, and so many fucking things to do. The maps are massive. You never run out of shit to do. Like, it takes you thousands of hours to 100% the game. And it does have a lot of problems that I have with it is just, like, it can be really boring. Like, I have to ride
Rockstar syndrome.
I have to ride 30 minutes to the next town and do absolutely nothing.
It's the Rockstar syndrome. It's like GTA 5, I think, has it real bad.
Yeah, where you're just non-stop driving.
There's so much stuff in the game, but they put so many things in there that are just, like, realistic in the sense that it's not the most enjoyable thing to do all the time.
Yeah. Like, you want to know what I enjoy about GTA 5, Danny?
Yeah.
Not fucking playing the game.
Yeah,
like, the game I've always been a hater of the newer GTA games. Maybe it's just me. I think the last good GTA game was San Andreas. That may be a hot take, but I think that it's genuinely the last good GTA game.
I'm still, like, upset what they did with their, like, remasters.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are just so bad.
Yeah. I'm taking a look at this list. This is depressing as fuck. There are so few but yeah, no, there's so few video games with fucking Native Americans in it. But no, and I go rolling back around to the Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown and it introduces something that's interesting because it is a PvP, it is a PvEVP, which is really rare in today's gaming.
Yeah, it's honestly, from personal experience and like some other input, it's one of the better extraction shooters.
Oh yeah. Well, I would argue that it's probably that the two best extraction shooters, and this may be a hot take, I think is Hunt Showdown and Escape from Tarkov.
Yep, they are the two they are the two most popular extraction shooters, and what every extraction shooter that ever comes out is going to be compared to.
Yeah. Yeah, and by extract, and we should probably actually discuss what do we mean by extraction shooter, because it's not a battle royale. That's the big thing. It's not a battle royale. It's you go in, you loot, you kill people, you steal their shit, and then you leave, and then you get to put their shit that you stole in your bank.
Yep.
It's and you can go in at any point in time. There was a game I think I played with Pierte on PlayStation 5. I'm trying to remember what the hell, or not PS5, on PS4, like 2 years ago. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. It was like $10. It was a really decent one, but yeah, extraction games are really tough to make because you have to balance them out. Because number one, if you die, you lose all your shit.
Yep.
So if you try to get into a match with more gear, you could eventually just not be able to go in with literally any gear to any match. And now you just have to loot and rob and pray to God you can get out.
Yep.
So,
which is kind of why I like Hunt a little bit more. Because the way that Hunt works is you can gain XP and get perks and stuff on your characters. And if they die in a game, they're dead. That's it. They're gone. And you start again.
yeah.
But when you get a new character, they give you a random loadout of weapons. Just for free.
Yeah, and it's nice. Hunt Showdown does a really good job, and again, like, you can go an entire game of Hunt Showdown and not have to deal with other players.
Yeah, they actually released a statistic that, like, only somewhere like 13 to 20% of actual engagements in Hunt Showdown matches are player versus player.
Yeah, and it's mostly people fighting over the same bounty.
Yep.
Like,
'cause you can go in, claim the bounty, and get out and never see another person.
yeah, and it's real easy to do that, because there's, like, what, several parties that go in? Not all of them are going to have the same fucking bounty.
Yep. And theoretically, you can actually just claim both bounties on the map. Even if you don't have them, you can technically claim both.
Yeah, and you still get rewards for it, which I still think is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's stupid simple. The game is stupid simple, and I think it's actually a really good introduction to extraction shooters.
Yep. It's an extraction shooter done pretty well.
Yeah. And then on the other side of that, Escape from Tarkov, where you can have all your shit stolen, is really, really incredibly well done. Like, the gameplay is smooth, the graphics really look good, and
it's the hardcore extraction shooter.
Yeah, like, if you want to test your mettle as an FPS player, Escape from Tarkov is the game to play.
Yeah, because it's not going to pull any punches.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good. It's brutal, but it's good. And yeah, and I agree with you. Every extraction shooter that's ever going to come out after this is going to be compared to those two. And I think that's what makes, compared to, because the big problem that I had with Battle Royale games is they're all carbon copies and they're all fucking garbage.
Yeah, like Battle Royales, they kind of, at the height of PUBG, that's where they peaked. They got a little bit extra out of Fortnite, but once again, like Fortnite, it definitely was a fad. Because after they've kind of continued going and doing like the same things, I will give them credit for actually adding more modes and stuff occasionally and events. Like, that's cool. That's good to see for a continuation of a game.
Yeah, well, and there is one thing that I do need to give Fortnite credit for, and I have to give credit. And Russian Badger said it best. I don't know if you've watched his Fortnite video, the most recent one from last year. is there is so much intellectual property in Fortnite that it's crazy that the company makes a profit.
Yeah, like literally, Fortnite is the only game where you can have DC and Marvel characters in the same game.
DC, Marvel, fucking Master Chief, LeBron James.
The cast of Futurama.
Yeah, like Family Guy. The one, like, I will shit on Fortnite every day of the week because building is dumb. They did also make no build mode, which I heard is absolutely banging.
So much better.
So much better.
It's an actual
because I'm not
game.
yeah because I'm not a cracked out fucking 12-year-old. But yeah, it's I mean, I have to give credit where credit is due, and Fortnite has done a phenomenal job providing players with ways to customize their character and just come out with more emotes and more skins and more kinds of just dumb shit stuff that doesn't necessarily do any gameplay changes. Like, the gameplay is still the same. It's still the same fucking gun system. But they've done a really good job of giving something to everyone. Like, for fuck's sakes, you can play as All Might.
Yeah.
You can play as Vegeta.
Brother!
Yeah, like, no other game on planet Earth has the level of intellectual property that Fortnite does. Like, and I will give them credit for that. Otherwise, though, I still hate the fucking game.
It's like literally the best way that I've heard it described is Fortnite is that game that you thought about when you were growing up. Having all of these characters in one place in a game. They've done it.
Yeah.
And also they beat Apple in court. So that's also kind of a W.
Yeah, no, facts.
I'll give them that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, PUBG, which in my opinion, I still fucking hate PUBG.
PUBG was good. And then they sold out to a mobile game company and the game just
took a dive.
Died. It feels everything about the game feels like it should only be played on phones. It looks so awful.
Yeah, well, and then let's talk about the rest of the battle royales that came after, right? Because we talk about PUBG and Fortnite, which were like the two leaders, and then we have the abomination that is Warzone. I fucking hate Warzone. I hate it with a fucking passion. I think that it is a downright fucking slap into the face to the Call of Duty series.
I played it twice, and I was just like...
It's garbage.
Why would I honestly, it made me want to go play something like... It made me want to go play Apex instead.
Yeah, no, Warzone number 1 is horribly unbalanced. It's a terrible fucking game. Like, bro, Call of Duty, stick to your thing. Stick to small PvP maps. Don't make big wide shit. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Balance your guns. Like, Warzone is a downright fucking terrible fucking game. It's awful. It's miserable. It's also one of the highest games with the most amount of fucking cheaters in it.
Like, also the fact that it's like over 100 gigs.
Oh, yeah.
By itself.
Yeah, for a battle royale, no game should be over 100. It's like, what, 130 gigs right now?
Yeah, like, and that's just for that mode. It's just for that mode.
Yeah, whereas the campaign and regular PvP is only like 30 gigs.
It's like... And the way that they have it set up, I don't know if they've changed it since I played it last, but you had to have both in order to actually play the regular game.
Yeah, which, in my opinion, is fucking stupid.
It's unoptimized. It's so, like, poorly optimized.
And it's not good. It's just, it's not good. And then there's... Yeah. And then we need to move on and talk about Apex Legends. And this is where I kind of become a little conflicted, Danny, because on one hand, I played Apex Legends when it first dropped. And it felt so much fun to play. The problem that I had with Apex Legends is it's kind of the same way that I feel about League of Legends as someone who actively plays League. Is they started adding more and more characters, which I don't think necessarily was a problem, but they power crept more and more characters because of it.
Yep.
They power crept so many fucking characters. There's so much shit that you have to pay attention to that if you're not on fucking Adderall or Ritalin, dog, you're never gonna fucking understand. And there's and the maps, like, I like the fact that the maps rotate, but some of the newer maps are really fucking annoying to like get around.
Like, I played Apex on and off. It's absolutely a game that I have played by myself, but I would rather not. But the thing that I can tell, because it really hurts, because I know that Respawn so badly wanted to make Titanfall 3.
Yeah.
You feel the Titanfall in Apex, but you can feel, like, the disappointment of them not being able to just make Titanfall.
Which is crazy, because they made Apex in response to Fortnite, PUBG, and Warzone. Like,
It's like...
Titanfall 3 would have been a way better hit anyways. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know people are dedicated to Apex, but we wanted Titanfall 3. We really would have preferred Titanfall 3.
Yeah. Once they fixed the, like, server breach issue for Titanfall 2, the population for that game exploded.
Oh yeah, and then the fucking, what was it? The month that it was free on PlayStation 4.
Everybody was playing it.
Bro, lobbies were so full.
Titanfall is just, it's such a good game. Every aspect of Titanfall 2 felt so good. Like, the movement's good, the gunplay's good, the Titans are good.
The campaign was good!
The campaign hits you in the soul.
Certified banger! Because people were like, hey, we would love to see a campaign, because you guys didn't have one in Titanfall 1. And Respawn was like, sure, fuck it. Yeah, we'll make one for you. Certified banger. Top 10 campaigns. Yep. Like, it's so short. Well, top 10? Ooh, I don't know if I can say that. Is it a top 10 campaign?
I'd say it's up there. I'd say it's definitely up there, because...
Not top 10, I would give it top 20, though.
Yeah, it's easily top 20. It's good.
Yeah, I could argue it as like number 10, but it definitely belongs in the like 11 to 20 slot for sure. Because despite the fact that the campaign can literally be beaten in like 3.5 hours, the campaign is good. Like it's solid gameplay, like very good introduction to use Titans, and some of the best voice acting I have ever heard.
And on top of that...
On, like, no budget.
Yeah. Like, that was literally, from what I remember, I believe that was Respawn's first story.
And they knocked it out of the park.
And it's clear they still got it, because they made both of the Jedi Order games.
Yeah, and then did you see the new Titanfall-esque game that's coming out that's not Titanfall 3? Because there's rumors about that.
I know they've been dancing around the topic of Titanfall 3 so much. And it's like, I wish they would just give us Titanfall 3. I know their resources are being...
Here we go. This is actually about a week and a half ago. No, I don't give a shit about... Oh my god, don't make me read cookies, dude. Fuck off. Eurogamer, fuck off. God damn, fine, I will accept your cookie so I can read this stupid fucking article. Titanfall director reportedly making new Titanfall game that's Titanfall 3. Small team within Respawn are making a fresh game set in the Titanfall universe. It's been reported, but this project won't be Titanfall 3. We know of this team already, and the fact that it is being led by Titanfall and Titanfall 2 director Steve Fukuda via an Axios interview with Respawn boss Zinz Zapella earlier this year. Now, Giant Bomb's ever-chatty reporter Jeff Grubb has stated this team is working on a Titanfall game set in the same universe as the series' first two entries, but stressed that this game was not currently planned to be Titanfall 3. That is what the start of this interview was. So, yeah, Respawn. My brothers in Christ. Just make Titanfall 3. Just make Titanfall 3.
Like,
your players will thank you. Like, it doesn't even have to
know.
have a campaign. The multiplayer's already good enough as it is.
Yeah, I think I know what they're probably doing with this game. This is probably the only way that EA would let them make another Titanfall-esque game, because Apex is technically set in the Titanfall universe.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be an Apex story.
Which is dumb, because nobody gives a shit about the fucking lore in Titan, and nobody gives a shit about the lore in Apex. Nobody fucking cares about it. Like, the lore just... Yeah, they have, like, the release trailers. It's like the same shit with Overwatch, right? A new character comes out, nobody fucking cares about the fucking lore. Nobody. Nobody cares about it, because guess what? You know what Apex Legends should have been? It should have been Titanfall 3. Nobody gives a shit about it. Like, it's the same reason why people also hate Overwatch 2. Nobody gives a fuck about the lore. Why did you make Overwatch 2 and then just keep all of the stupid shit that was in Overwatch 1? Other than making it 6v6 and now it's 5v5.
Like, Overwatch 2 was a whole series of really unfortunate events.
A lot of really bad decisions. Oh, and then Overwatch Pro Scene got disbanded.
And then reformed.
Yeah, and it's still a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Because they have no funding for it. Like, it's a shit show.
The whole problem with Overwatch 2, it was pushed out as a distraction. It wasn't ready. And they just... The entire team that is working on Overwatch right now has like zero connection to the team that was working on the original game.
Uh-huh.
And it just... They don't have the same mentality. Everything has just been... They're trying to make it a completely different game, but they can't make it a completely different game.
Yeah, and it's because I remember someone saying that they're trying to retcon a bunch of shit that was in Overwatch 1.
Oh yeah, no, they released a big thing with all of the character ages, and so many things don't make any fucking sense. Like...
Yeah.
The ages of Genji and Hanzo compared to Kiriko, when part of Kiriko's art shows her training with them in a dojo.
Yeah, Genji and Hanzo are old as shit.
Yeah, they're like in their 40s, and Kiriko's 21. Like, that art makes no fucking sense now.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so dumb. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. It's just, Overwatch has been handled so fucking poorly. But you know what? Here's the thing. Overwatch simps will always do the same thing. They'll just blame Blizzard. Which, in all fairness,
that's pretty fair.
As a WoW player, I also blame everything on Blizzard. It's the same thing that Diablo players do. They blame
the Diablo players.
They also blame everything on Blizzard.
I mean, they're pretty fair too with 4.
Yeah, no.
They're pretty fair too.
Yeah, no, like, it's, oh my god, it's a fucking joke, dude. It's a joke.
Look, a game literally just came out this year called Last Epoch, and it did Diablo 4 better than Diablo 4.
I heard about Last Epoch, and I'm like, man, that is depressing. Like, how did you manage to make Diablo 4 but not be owned by Blizzard?
Yeah, they made a real good game from everything that I've seen and heard.
Yeah, well, and then there's also the other Diablo contender, which has been around for goddamn years.
Oh, Path of Exile?
Yes!
Yeah, they're coming out with their second.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good.
I'm sorry, I took a look at Path of Exile's fucking, like, skill tree building and shit. Bro, that's too fucking much information. That's so fucking confusing. I'm sorry, whoever the fuck designed that, definitely on crack.
That is the hardcore game.
Like, I'm sorry, bro. Who the fuck designed the fucking constellation shit? Who the fuck designed that? Bro, it was already mainstreamed in Skyrim. You already had it available. You already had an easy-to-go constellation set up from Skyrim. which, by the way, remastered like 10 goddamn times. Still same shit.
I just hope that they do not remaster it again before 6 actually comes out.
You know damn well Bethesda's gonna be like, oh, Skyrim on the PS6. And not
People
a
have been
fucking
making
thing's
this
gonna
joke.
change. It's just gonna be the same dog shit graphics.
So here's the funniest thing: people are making bets right now on if Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out before that guy finishes making the Sky Oblivion mod. Because the guy making the Sky Oblivion mod's almost done.
Oh my god.
Literally remaking the entirety of Oblivion in Skyrim and by himself, and he's almost done before Bethesda's released the 6th game.
And this is a singular dude?
This is a singular dude.
That's so dumb. And Oblivion's not a small game. It's 2 fucking worlds. It's 2 fucking zones that are already massive as fuck.
He's remaking it in Skyrim. And he's almost done.
Also, Oblivion, banger of a game. It's a banger. Also, Elder Scrolls Online, fucking hot dog shit. Hot fucking dog shit. Don't fucking play ESO. It's so fucking bad. Like, I'm sorry, I know you wanted an MMORPG. I know players wanted that. But Elder Scrolls was not it, G. Elder Scrolls Online was not it, Chief. That's a dog shit of a game. I played it to about level 15 and I finally gave up. And I was like, this game is fucking garbage. I spent $60 on this trash. It's miserable.
Like,
It's a fucking hot garbage game.
you want a good, like, MMO experience. There is one that, well, not MMO, a good RPG experience. There is one that literally just came out, like, this past week, I think.
Oh, what is that?
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Or, Danny, hear me out. You go play the critically acclaimed game called Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Just go play BG3 instead. Like, it's right there. It's
You want a
right
D&D
fucking
experience? There's your D&D experience.
It's technically it's a TTRPG, but
Yeah.
it's still an RPG and it's still game of the year. Suck it up, Spider-Man 2 fans.
Like, there are literally so many. Okay, I do have one thing to say about the Spider-Man 2 thing.
Go for it.
Spider-Man 2 did not win because it was only on the PS5. All, like, 13 people that got to play the game couldn't vote for it.
Yeah, no, facts. It's like... And I still love that people are, like, that companies are bitching about how good Baldur's Gate 3 was. Guess what? Release better games. Players have been bitching about that for years. Stop releasing buggy-ass shit. Play the fucking game. Baldur's Gate 3's demo was out for fucking months. And
Yeah,
guess what? They took your feedback. They took the player feedback. There was an active report thing that said, hey, I found a bug. Or, hey, I think this would be a better idea. They actively took your feedback.
Yep, and honestly, the thing is, like, Baldur's Gate sits in that somewhat reasonable area for the amount of content that it has. Like, it's $50. The game takes you, like, at minimum, like, somewhere between 500 to 700 hours to actually finish.
Yeah, and it's a good game. And again, there's multiple ways to play the game. You can play it as a good person, you can play it as an asshole, you can play it as a neutral, and you have all the classes you can make.
And
You have
pretty soon, from the way that they're talking, you're probably going to be able to use mods on all platforms.
Yeah, and Baldur's Gate 3 is for certain going to get DLCs.
Yep.
Like, there's
they'll
no way
probably
they don't.
They'll probably release like a definitive edition like they did with Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah.
And add in some goodies.
Yeah, like Baldur's Gate 3 is there's a reason why it's game of the year. Like There's a reason why it's game of the year. Like, if you have not played it, please go spend like the $60 to go buy it. Like, it's a
It
good
is
game.
worth.
It's very
It
worth.
is.
There's so much shit to do. There's so
Yeah.
much shit to do.
And you can't even. You literally cannot do everything in that game in one playthrough. It is actually impossible to do everything in one playthrough.
Yeah, no, you have to spend at least 3 different playthroughs to see every single path, bare minimum. Like, and
you'll
that's like
probably
if you
still
are,
find stuff.
yeah, and that's like super optimized.
Yep. Like there's so many different ways to even finish the same quests.
Yeah,
It's insane.
yeah, exactly. Like,
And like we've got that, and then we've got stuff like Helldivers 2, which is a reasonable price as well. Like $40 for a brand new game. It's completely finished.
for a live service game that a developer genuinely gives a shit about.
And there's no FOMO. I want to make that like very prevalent. There is no FOMO in their system. They're like war bond packs, from at least from what I remember hearing. They don't go away. They're just there, always.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, it's wild. It's fucking wild. So, uh, is there any other topics that you had on hand, Danny?
And I mean, that pretty much touched on everything since we got off on this. We got off on the tangent.
I know we kind of went ham. Yeah, no, I mean it's there wasn't too much in the gaming news overall, but like it was definitely a good tangent week.
Yeah.
Um,
Just like every other week is a good way to fucking flame wargaming.
oh yeah, fuck wargaming.
Yeah.
Fuck wargaming. Always got to end it. Always got to throw it out. Fuck wargaming.
I gotta bring that one back at least once in a while.
We should at some point just do like a video of us just shitting on every single thing that wargaming has ever done. I would be down.
I kid you not. I'm literally going to spend tomorrow making a fucking rant video about console. That's literally what my plans for tomorrow is.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you after we end this video, but let's go ahead and end this real quick. All right. So, with that being said, Danny, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Catbox Danny.
You can also find me on YouTube and Twitch at DominiFox or on Twitter at DominiFox1. Thank you all so much for stopping by. We both really appreciate it. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll see you guys next time.